you like to talk about the homeless?
I would like to talk about the homeless. I would like to talk about Sheriff Dan Staten and how he's got to go. His immediate replacement by Chief Reese would be most appropriate so that the women that work for the Sheriff's Department can have confidence in...
His male masturbation gesture skills, like with the Rachel Andrew lawsuit. It's like a figure of speech of hand gestures.
I don't think it's quite the figure of speech that the gentlemen are touching with those gestures. But
what does it all mean, the Rachel Andrew lawsuit, as it pertains to the future Kafoury lawsuits?
Exactly. Well, the other Kafoury lawsuits. I personally am not a litigator. I'm a chairwoman.
A chairwoman.
And if my family chooses to sue my county and become filthy richer off of my grease, that's purely coincidental. It's justice, actually. It's what it is.
What I prefer to think of it as a sniping. That if you're going to snipe a pigeon or a squirrel, you put the squirrel or the pigeon up on a ledge and then you snipe them. Not to say as a vegan, well, as an aspiring vegan, Ted Wheeler, Virgo. Know anything about hunting?
Well, it'll only be sniping. It certainly won't be squirreling. We'll leave that for Harney County and other police professionals. Professionals. So,
Profess what? What is it that they profess?
they profess things about firearms safety and that their friend... I profess that my friend has shot himself in the back.
Shall we talk about the O'Day 4? Are they on the table? I mean, there's one of them at the very back of the room. He just shook hands with the angered rent control apologist who stormed out when I said I wanted only rich people condos. What's wrong with that? I'm Ted Wheeler. Rent control is horrible, is it not, Miss Kafoury? I mean, rent control will not solve the homeless crisis. It will just create more poor people in boxes and doing drugs and things, right? We need them to be doing happy things.
We can't have evictions and development without rent control. I mean, with rent control. Rent control...
New York City style. Ooh, like a... Ooh,
yes.
Ooh. New York City style rent control. Ooh, and I'm Ted Wheeler. Ooh.
Why is it that all the golden boys in the back of the room that you talk about are gingers?
Okay. That rent control apologist. She did shake hands with Bob Day. She didn't know who he was till he kept saying Bob Day when she kept saying, who are you? Who are you? Like, it was a little ching, ching, ching. That sounds familiar. That was read into the city council the day before.
Well, perhaps once he shoots his hunting buddy in the back, he'll change his name to Day.
Oh.
So.
He was Shall we talk about his figure? He was not as tall as the ginger who almost killed me. Star sign. I'm feeling like a... Okay, O'Day's a Pisces.
If I was the other Kafoury, I would be wondering if the victim of the chief of police could be a potential client.
That is charming, though. But you see, if there is actually neurological damage, and this was far more serious than anybody knows, perhaps he will die.
Oh.
Or perhaps he's been bought off already. The coffers have arrived, full of the trunks of gold.
Yeah.
The bullion.
Beyond the liability limits of the insurance policy, probably.
Oh, beyond, yes. Beyond the pale it was.
Bring it into the leave of...
But it was just merely a 12-gauge shotgun, darling.
I think they were
Not that I know anything about guns.
I think they were 22 rifling the squirrels. You know.
Is that right?
Yes.
Is that good or bad?
Rifle. Well, I mean, it's an appropriately sized gun for a squirrel. Or your friend. If his back...
Well, if one was going to shoot one's friend in the back, what is the proper way for Police Chief of Portland to shoot one's friend in the back?
I don't know, but don't call 911. Call the non-emergency number.
Wait till you sober up.
If you're befuddled...
4:37? Right after 4. Don't call it 4:20 because that'll look funny in the newspaper.
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about
waited for
recreational substance use.
Bloodshot eyes at 4 in the afternoon. What does it mean?
I can't believe it means that the highest echelons of the police department are just like us mere mortals.
Dual diagnosis.
Substance abuse and PTSD. Well, I mean,
Brain injury, perhaps.
I'm not so sure about the brain part.
Did they give it to each other?
Are you trying to imply that there's
chronic traumatic encephalopathy on the force? Massive anger explosions out of nowhere?
That part,
gratuitous
yes.
brutality?
I'm just not so sure about the brain part.
Oh, the concussion. But the reason why is the high number of veterans on the force. And they're getting these RPG concussion grenade shock impact blows. Yeah. And then it causes massive amounts of extreme explosive anger in randomized, non-cognitively appropriate contexts.
That's preposterous. If there were situations like that going on, police officers would be harassing and abusing female district attorneys. I mean, public defenders. Fuck that one right up.
Do you mean like Nancy Ferguson, the one who was strangled in her own home? Are you suggesting?
Well, I was just suggesting that if we had brain damaged, post-trauma veteran police officers who were former mercenaries in Iraq, they would probably be doing things that never happened, such as interfering with public defenders from other counties when they come, and causing Sarah Westbrook to have to read the most atrocious bullshit reports ever presented to the CRC.
I always love a gender-based violence defense from a hot, gay, ginger lady cop who's putting me down. Nope, I don't think so. Oh, I love to be denied. Deny me, Sarah Westbrook. Deny me once again. I saw your gay rights video. I know what you're capable of. So I informed the real Miss Deborah. I'm not really. I mean, did we have Deborah? But I informed the real Miss Deborah Kafoury that I'll take Jason. I'll take
and personality.
Chase out their wives. I'll take Jason, Greg, or her father. I'm after one of these lovely men. I feel quite a bit straight for them.
Well.
And her. I mean, she's quite fine. She's very nice. Do you think she'll tell me what's really going on with this Reese man sitting on a ledge with the sniper pointed at him? We went to jail for this.
Is it true that acting Sheriff Reese said, "Here, grasp Chief O'Day's .22 rifle and show us the masturbatory gesture with which you were harassed"?
What I love about Reese and O'Day is they walked into my film when I was making a film with my piano player friend in the big rotunda at the player piano. I wanted to talk about that. And then Reese walked in and he wanted to take a shot, a little trophy of his police brutality victim that his Carl Clint had smashed in the head. And the photo was symbolic of how Reese had made up with the Engs and the Pickerings, and everything was just going to be fine with the fact that his brain had been more severely damaged, leading to long-term catastrophic decline. And then O'Day walked into the next shot, like about 3 minutes later. And he was just brand new, and he was just, gigantic O'Day, looking gigantic, and Reese was a little more,
No, he's quite the fashion
when you're
player.
not so strong. That's what the piano player was playing, Mr. Picker.
But Mr. Reese was saying his...
And Max Bernstein had that, and she even tweeted it. She tweeted the Reese one. The goodbye Reese. It was like, bye-bye Reese, bye-bye, bye-bye.
But not for real, not really bye-bye, just moving across the river, you know.
Do you think the Kafouris would give me their name? I mean, they'd probably be like, we're not buying it, we think you're a little bit feminist, like, I have to cover
Do you
up.
want to be a Deborah or a Kafoury?
I want to be this. Does it resonate?
Oh, Mrs. Jason Kafoury.
Oh, he's so cute. Oh, shall we tell him?
Why not?
We're almost at 10 minutes, Charles. That's above the attention span of the modern human. Shall we go again? Shall we go again?
I'm feeling quite the modern human myself. My attention span may have been exhausted.
Oh. At last word.
But surely I've mastered the complexities of what could possibly go wrong if the United Kingdom leaves the European Union.
Oh, we want to do a Brexit party. Hold on one moment.